everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hard Hats and High Tech, the podcast from RIB Software, where I'm joined by industry experts who help me unpack and tackle some of the common challenges of modern day construction. In today's episode, we're going to discuss how construction specific artificial intelligence might just be the next logical step to increase efficiency in our industry. I'm your host, Bernardita Calzon, speaking to you from my office in Santiago, in Chile, and I'm really happy to introduce you to today's guest, Wolfgang Müller. Hi, Wolfgang. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for joining me today. Would you like to get started by giving our audience a little bit of background into who you are and why you're the perfect person for this episode?
So I'm working since 40 years in construction information technology, since 20 years for RIB. I was responsible in international product management, and in the last 3 years, I made a large proof of concept for AI technology in construction for the German government.
Wow. So you're definitely the perfect person for this episode. I'm really excited to hear your insights. So should we get started?
Yes.
Okay, so can we start by maybe giving us an overview of how AI is currently being used in the construction industry?
I think there are 3 tasks already ongoing. The first one is logistic. Logistic is not only Google Maps, driving from A to B, it's also how to manage storage, how to manage equipment and material on construction site. And in the logistic process, a lot of AI is already utilized today, like you utilize Google Maps already for your logistic process. The second one is sensor data. Much equipment on the construction site, many devices have already sensor collecting data from cameras, from QR codes, and so on and so on. And AI is utilized to find information in this huge amount of sensor data, like quality information, like making the construction site more safe, like progress information. This is already used by the providers of these sensors. And the third one is text generation. So I think many specifications in construction are written in Word using the Copilot. Many contracts are done with the help of ChatGPT and this kind of tools. This is a third task where AI is used already today.
Okay, so AI is definitely installed in the construction industry. That's
Yes.
Fascinating. However, AI is a controversial topic, right? Like there are some misconceptions about AI. So what do you think are these misconceptions about AI in the construction industry?
First of all, we have an underestimate of human brain. So a small group of people has more intelligence power than the whole AI of the world.
That's good to know.
And in the situation, in the moment where we need a lot of energy and a lot of resources to generate AI, AI is a support of the human brain. So AI is nothing for itself. Mm-hmm. It's not powerful enough to act on itself. It helps us. It is an assistant. It is a very powerful assistant. It gives give us access to the information of the world and the information of my certain task, like the information of my site, construction site, or information of my design state, like an assistant, a very powerful assistant.
Okay, so this common error that people think that AI will replace them in their jobs is not correct. I guess we need to learn that it's supposed to support us and not replace us.
I'm personally very good in forecasting the next 10 years. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good in forecasting construction in 100 years. So maybe there is a risk in 100 years.
Okay,
but for the
let's
next
see.
10 years, I would not fear that AI would take over my major tasks.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, in that sense, so what do you see as the biggest opportunities for AI to transform traditional construction practices?
I think we could use AI to make risk more transparent. Yeah, because like a good assistant who has a lot of knowledge, AI could give us hints where are risks in our design phase, in our specification phase, in our construction phase, even in the operating phase. Yeah. So we can combine there the data we have already from the planning with data we get from construction side or from the user of a building. For this, AI would be very helpful. It would also help us to increase quality, because we can utilize AI to compare the planned progress and the planned quality with the actual progress and the actual quality. This will also help us to keep projects on time.
Okay, so it sounds like it has many advantages and opportunities, but I'm sure it's also not easy to integrate. So what would you say are the main challenges that companies in the construction industry face when integrating AI?
There's a basic principle in information technology, and this is garbage in means garbage out.
Okay.
And AI will access huge amounts of data. And when I look on the data available today, there's a lot of garbage in it.
Yeah.
So if we utilize this data for our assistant today, we will get a lot of, sorry to say this.
That's okay, we're honest here.
So how do we qualify this data? We need a lot of human resources to qualify the data. So there will be a lot of new jobs in construction industry who qualify the information stored in this huge data storages. And this is the question of resources available. The second resource you need is energy. To process this huge amount of data, you need a huge amount of energy. So it's simple cost, and it is also carbon footprint. So when I use AI to save 5% of my concrete, and I need 10% more energy to save the concrete on the construction site, it doesn't make sense. So human resources and energy are the challenges.
And in your experience, with all of those years that you've been working in AI, what strategies have you found efficient or successful in tackling some of these challenges? Or what advice would you give to these companies that are trying to tackle these challenges?
What I would recommend to any company in construction business is qualify the data. Start qualifying the data without using AI.
Oh,
Use
okay.
human brain.
Your brain.
Use human brain to qualify the data. So there are huge amounts of specification data, for instance, which were never used in practice and eliminated from your database. Clean up your databases. Yeah? Structure your databases. Make location stamps to your projects that AI knows at which location the data was used. Make timestamps to your projects that the AI knows at which time the data was used. All this information is needed to give good results and good recommendation out of AI processes.
Okay, so it's do the work and help the AI do its work.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Now I want to talk about something that you just mentioned. So you said about carbon emissions, and I want to know how and if in any way is AI helping to drive sustainability in construction projects?
AI makes it transparent. You can utilize AI to compare planned carbon footprint with real carbon footprint. You can use the sensor data in the production process. You can use the sensor data on the construction site. You can use sensor data on the delivery side. And you compare it with the planned data. And this makes it very, very transparent which type of construction, which type of design, which place of construction, yeah? So which place of the world the place is, which influence all these factors have on carbon footprint.
Okay, so it keeps also companies accountable. It lets them measure what their impact is. That's good.
Yes.
So it can help drive environmental responsibility, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I wanted to move away a little bit from construction because AI is such a huge topic. So could you maybe tell us about other industries where AI is influencing also?
So all kind of logistic. Yeah.
Okay.
So also in machine industry and car industry and so on, logistic processes today are impossible without AI. Then in quality control, in production processes. So I know here in Stuttgart several companies who use already AI to control their production processes with sensors, and AI will give immediately hints if quality is out of tolerance. So high quality production processes around the world in the near future will all be supported by AI. And the third one is decision support. For engineers, it's our task. But also for legal advocates also. So do I use this kind of contract or do I use this kind of contract? Do I or for medicines? Yeah, is this surgery sensible, or do I use a certain medicament? This will be all supported by AI in very near future.
Okay, that's really fascinating that it will help improve the efficiency of many, many processes and industries. Now, You said a few minutes ago that you can tell us a little bit about how do you see AI developing in the next decade. So let's talk a little bit about that. So what do you think will be the biggest impact in construction in the next decade from AI perspective?
We will make risk more transparent. So risk in cost, risk in schedule, risk in quality, risk in usage of the construction later. So I think there will be no engineer in 5 years who makes decision without this kind of assistant. The decision, do I risk a little bit of quality to have less risk in schedule and maybe less risk in cost? This has to be by the engineer. Yeah. But it is clearly transparent on which input I did the decision. So transparency is the one thing. The second thing is decision support. I have to do a project in a certain region of the world, and I do not have a lot of experience with this region of the world. And AI gives me a lot of hints which materials are available there, which subcontractors are available there, which weather conditions I have to think about, and so on. So in this typical engineering daily work, I will have a lot of assistance by AI systems. And it will increase quality. Like I said, in the production of cars, main parts are already today checked by sensor data and AI analysis. Also the quality of building equipment and the process on the construction side can be checked by AI tools.
Okay, so sounds like an exciting future for AI. Now, before we go, you already told us that one advice that you would give to companies would be to do the work, check their data and everything. Do you have maybe an additional example for companies that are starting to integrate AI? So how can they start? Or what advice additional would you give to them?
Yeah, so the first one, structure your data and clean up your data. Second one, implement a decision process, which data and which knowledge which is in the data you want to share with your partners. Which data you would share with your software developer? Which data would you share with your subcontractors? Which data would you share with your designers? Because AI processes means sharing data. Even in some cases, it may be a challenge to make a decision to share the data inside an organization. Yeah, so there's a lot of experience in the American business, but much less experience in European business. Do you give all your American knowledge to the European market? There's a lot of competition around. So, and AI means that you share your key knowledge. Yeah? So you need a decision process. This is a dynamic process for all the next 50 years. So it's not a one time process, and in a year you have a table which data is shared within the organization and outside the organization, but this table will be a dynamic table with decisions every week. Start this process.
Okay, so it's not just I will implement it and then let it do its work. You need to be continuously improving and
Yes.
working on it. Okay, that sounds like really good advice. I think that is all we have time for today. Thank you very, very much for all of your knowledge and insight. I learned a lot from you, so thank you very much. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us, and we will be back with another episode very soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.